Hi there, welcome to Something of Everything. In this video we will see a look at the different selection tools in STAAD Pro. As you can see, this is a selection toolbar which shows us the selection tools. Let us see it one by one. This is the complete selection tools menu. STAAD Pro is very flexible in case of selecting it. If you want to see all the select, this is node cursor. From node cursor you can select nodes only. You cannot affect the beams of layers or surface. This is beam cursor. This way you can select beams only. This is plate cursor. You can select plates only. You cannot select anything else. This is surface cursor. You can select surface. This is solid cursor. If you have any solid in the model, you can select it by this cursor. This is geometry cursor. By this way you can select anything from plate to beams to nodes. Make sure to use appropriate whenever needed. By this cursor you can select load edit cursor. If we see the loadings, okay, these are some of the loadings. By this cursor you can select the loading itself, direct edit it. Let us select this. You can see direct go to this loading, change it the way you want, directly selecting the loadings, not going in the loading definitions. By this way you can support edit cursor. You can use support edit. This support is selected. The type of supports are selected. You can see it. Just go to it and change it. By this way you can member release edit cursor use. Okay, let's close it. Let's select this beam. If there is any release given, you can change it. Let's give a release first. Okay, let's give and MZ to this beam. Okay, now let us select this. You can directly go to release point, right? You can change it from here also. Just go to that and press it double tap 2 times, double click it, you can edit. Okay, now filtered selection. If you do it with filtered selection, even I have never used it, so I have to check how the filter selection. Select entities based on user filter. As we have selected this, how can we filter it? That's where the difference lies. You have to learn how to use it. Okay, let's go to F1, what it shows. Let's check out what is filtered selection. That is where we both will learn a little bit. These are the different cursors which I have specified to you. This is filter selection cursor, used to select multiple types of geometry entities with specific attribute in one pass. This will reduce the time required to create new views and help quickly identify the location of certain entities on your structure. When selected, the mouse pointer changes to filter selection cursor. Before this cursor can be used, the actual filter parameter must be defined in advance. Add selection filter dialog box. This is selection filter dialog box, and we have to configure that filter before using it. Okay, then you can use it. Let us try it out. Let's close this help menu, go to the model, and let's configure it first. This is configure selection dialog, node selected. No support nodes will be selected. only this type of beams will be selected. If you can give another selection filter also. Let us see what is selected. If there is no support assigned, the node will be selected, and the columns of sizes which we have configured shall be selected. This is a better way of selection when there is a huge model and you have to select some particular items. Okay, now let's just look at some of the functions of select menu. These are the cursors which we have seen. The same are being displayed here in the shortcuts. Okay, now selection mode. We are currently selecting something like dragging it with a drag box. You can also select entities from drag line by line. Everything coming between the lines will be selected. Now you want region, you have to create one and enter. Even I don't know how to use that. You both will learn. Let's select region, right? First select. It's not creating anything. We will have to see it. F1 selection mode. These are the different cursors. We will see it later on how it used. Okay, let's go to configure selection filter. That is what we have just used it. These are the other load edit cursor, support edit cursor, and release edit cursor which we have seen here. Okay, now if you want to select the beams parallel to Y, directly you can go to search select menu, select beams parallel to Y. This way you can select all the columns. If you want to select all the beams, let's go to select beams parallel to X and beam parallel to Z. This way you can select the horizontal line members. If you want to select plate parallels to XY only, if you want to select plates parallel to YZ only. These functions are very nicely used in the video of designing water tank in STAAD Pro. You can watch it in the playlist. You can select entities by range. Let us say if you want to select first floor, it would come out at, let us say that this is first floor slab and we want to select that plate only, that floor plate. The Y of the same is 9.5 meters. Okay, let's select it by selecting as range. We have to select the cursor first. For which entity you want to select, let us select XZ. It will ask for Y range. What we have seen is Y is 9.5. When we press OK, the floor plate will be selected. Okay, likewise you can select any particular grid elevation from XZ and XY and edit the same. If you have created groups, you can select it by groups. Let's say we are selecting beams parallel to Y and creating it a group of columns beam. Okay, associate. We will learn about grouping in the next videos. Let's select columns only and the columns are selected. Grouping is very much useful in selecting and editing as well as assigning properties and something alike. Entity at node beams. Which node? Specify the node and the beam will be selected. Which is connecting the node. If you are applying it immediately, it will directly select it. Everything connected to that node will be selected. If you want to see what connects this node, this will be helpful. Entity connects beams. You can select it, apply immediately, and everything related to that beam will be selected. You can see it. Okay, let's see what is being selected. let's create beam names. This is beam number 60. This beam connects, and everything that connects to that beam and its nodes is being selected, and it is connecting that plate. There is only one plate in our case. Everything related around it is selected, which comprises that plate. Likewise, and it is connecting the solids. Okay, let's select by all beams. All beams are selected. Let's select by all nodes. All nodes are selected. This way you can select any particular type of element, beams, nodes, plates, solid. You can create, if you selected this and you want to select everything else than this, let's go to this invert beam select. That beam will be deselected, and all the other beams will be selected by inverse beam selection. Likewise, you can inverse select nodes, plates and solids. You can select beams or everything with a list. Just select it. You can see the selection points goes to that beam. You can select by specification also. You can select all the support at one point of time. You can select by property name also. These are the filtered selections. You can say a predefined filter selections. You can see each one of it. Try to use it, and you will come to know which selection tool will be used to ban by experience. You can select by missing property also. If you have missed some property, it will show some warning and errors. It is better to select everything from this and assign these properties so that your model does not generate any warnings or errors. Highlight entities sequentially. Beam. You want to select beams sequentially. You can do it. Let us do it. Okay. It is selecting it one by one. If you can see, you can pause at any point of time. You can stop that query. You can again check out the properties of it. These are some of the selection tools. Always use this menu as much as possible. It would be very helpful for editing the geometry at any point of time and selecting by particular specifications in between the model, generation, analysis and design. Thank you for watching us. Keep watching. Do like, share, comment on us, and yeah, visit www.tinytopics.in. Thank you.